kamunanga sa andra kamunanga sa dalitunga na isosobo ke viti. Era sa nalube viti. Era kadi bisa mai one klo. Era kadi bisa dalitunga no loma sa nanda bono viti. Ana buku sa ni tabimbimbi. Sa wadola ti sa na watu ni tambara. Mere rota sa na roti ni ke viti. Ana buku ningito ni Commonwealth Youth Games. Era sa bana mata sa juga na mo ni mata sa juga mata. Wasa kana ngoni turang na presidenti nanda bono lomani obiti nomoni bono sa na usai bitu na loma sa nomoni nyono rutu makena keni tauke ada besa katali tunga kena be matambur baturanga sa dambala sa sugana nanda bono kena murle waso soratu
amazing ko sa ito mga kamay. Nang na itatau watura. Nang hindi. Nang ay tabo watura at saka may manaturang ng minister. I welcome you as head of state and in my capacity as patron of the Fiji Association of Sports and National Olympic Committee, FASANOC. I especially welcome you as the first national team to visit the Borron House, which is going to serve as the State House for the duration of the State House whilst it's being renovated. I welcome you in the same manner that I have done to all other national teams that had come before you, with gratitude and appreciation. Looking at this very young team, I'm reminded of the under-21 team. The Fiji netball team that presented iTatau about 2 or 3 weeks back. And I've been informed of their excellent performance in their pool games, and we are all aware that they have continued to show our true fighting spirit in all their games, resulting in their qualification for sport in the quarterfinals. Well done. I wish to emphasize that Fiji has never shied away from competing and showing our true Fijian spirit and good sportsmanship in the world arena, be it sports or an endeavor that we have been entrusted with. And we have the same confidence with you. The Commonwealth Youth Games began in Edinburgh, Scotland, way back on the 10th to the 14th of August 2000. And it's held every 4 years. The event is like a mini Commonwealth Games designed for youths of 70 Commonwealth countries between the ages of 14 and 18 years. So we have a very young team that is going to leave our shores very shortly to represent this country. I've been well informed that this tour to the mini Commonwealth Games in the Bahamas is mainly for the development purposes and for exposure to you, our young athletes, to international competitions. It's going to be hard and tough. I share the same sentiments as the FASANOC officials and the national federations that this is a good opportunity for you to compete. But more importantly, to compare your level of skills that have been taught to you in your training and the preparation, and a good development ground and exposure for your newly elected officials. So it's very important for us all. I truly believe that we can only perfect our skills in sports or in any other field of endeavor by setting goals and working towards them through comparing and evaluating our performance to measure our capabilities, our strengths, and our weaknesses. It is only when we realize our weaknesses that will certainly help strengthen our resolve and hopefully improve our performance to conquer or defeat our opponents. I'm aware that the team is going to participate in 4 sports, which include athletics, rugby, swimming, and tennis. I believe your coaches have chosen the best to represent our beloved Fiji, and I respect the decisions that have been made, as your coaches and your trainers are the experts in their fields. I've always reminded our national teams that when we travel overseas to compete in such events, we will realize that our opponents have all resources at their disposal. They're richer than us. But let us be equally reminded that we have an indomitable fighting spirit, and we do not necessarily need money to develop that spirit. So I accept your iTatau today on behalf of our beloved nation, all Fijians, with our collective encouragement and best wishes for a successful tour to the Bahamas. I'm aware that some of you and your officials are departing our shores perhaps for the first time for international competitions. Do not be disheartened, as you have the support of all Fijians, and our prayers and good wishes are with you, as always. Enjoy the local scenery and the diverse cultural background of the Bahamas, and bring back fond memories of those beautiful islands and archipelago. The nation is confident that you have undertaken the necessary preparation. It is now time to put on your battle gear and perform to the best of your ability. We wish you well. I wish to reassure you that you have been selected and that you are not alone in your efforts to stamp our mark in the international arena. The whole nation is behind you. Fiji is also taking on bigger challenges in the leadership roles that we now take on in the global community. As you know, we have chaired some of the largest gatherings of countries around the world, including recently our chairmanship of the Group 77 plus China. Today, as we speak, we preside over the 71st session of the United Nations General Assembly. Recently, we also co-chaired the United Nations Oceans Conference that took place in New York, led by our Prime Minister and his counterpart from Sweden. I wish to share with you the Honourable Prime Minister's proud moment in his speech at the launch of the Sustainable Development Goals exhibition that we awed the world with our Mbula spirit. The traditional welcome ceremony that was held within the United Nations General Assembly complex was both historical and memorable, and it exemplifies the fact that we value our commitment and service to the world in all endeavours we are entrusted with. The Honourable Prime Minister will this year also chair the 23rd session of the United Nations Convention on Climate Change, or COP23. The philosophies, the strategies, including the language that we convey in these important international gatherings, accentuate our love of sports. That we are not to drop the ball, or we are not to perform blind passes on major issues like climate change, which is already affecting humanity's very existence. These philosophies also emphasize our genuine care and concern for humanity and the world in general. We are at the helm of calling on the world to work as a winning team. We are telling the world that a win in this journey is not an impossible dream, but it can only eventuate if we continue our efforts and work to our strength as a team. Team effort is very important. I have no doubt that you know all about it. On this occasion, I wish to congratulate you all for your selection into our national team to the 2017 Commonwealth Youth Games. I also commend the work of your coaches and your officials in preparing you well for this very important tournament. I encourage you to be great ambassadors for Fiji, both on and off the field, and continue to fly our flag with pride. On behalf of the nation, I convey to you our collective best wishes. May God bless you all, your respective families, and our beloved nation, Fiji, Nawalevu, Tanabat.